Hello, everybody. So the COD Zombies mod is basically done. We're just days away from launching, but there's just one glitch left that I can't figure out. I really need some help on this. Uh, so what's happening is that when you die, is so frig. Let me just fumble over my words for a minute. So players spawn in. Sometimes they spawn in incorrectly. I think I've mostly fixed that. There's this weird thing where, like sometimes the player pawn won't equal the same pawn that's possessed by the player's state, which is really confusing. But that can get fixed by just killing the player and respawning them. So I force that to happen. But then another weird thing happens where when you get a game over, the game's supposed to reset, send you back to the in-game lobby, not the Pavlov lobby, but we have a custom lobby in-game. Um, it's supposed to kill you and send you back to that, and then you respawn and you can start the game and start over again. But that's not working. When after you get a game over music plays, sends you back to the lobby. I'll show some footage of that happening in game at the end of this clip. Um, when you get back in the lobby after a game over, uh, it defaults to the default Pavlov player skin. You're invisible to other people, and then you can't interact with objects. You can't put weapons on your holsters. You can't really like grabbing a blueprint with a Pavlov interact box just doesn't work correctly. And it seems weird because it seems like I'm spawning in with like the custom player proxy, but not spawning in with like a Pavlov player proxy. I'm not too sure why. So I just wanted to show like the code of what's going on in like when you get a game over. Every time a player dies, it asks, "Hey, are all the players dead?" And then it goes through the entire player array and it sees, "Oh, are they dead? Are they down? Or are they solo and you don't have quick revive?" And then after that, if it decides that all players are dead, it prevents anybody from respawning, changes the game round state, which actually this is the next thing I'm going to try. I think like this doesn't seem to replicate correctly, and then I don't know if Pavlov handles the way players spawn differently depending on the round state. If somebody can explain to me exactly how the round state works in the Pavlov game logic, that'd be cool. But I'm going to try replacing that next. I've been working on this for a few weeks now, and I'm just banging my head against a wall. So, after it checks all the players are dead, ends the round, plays the music, and then it makes sure, for 3 seconds, it just kills all the players, makes sure there's no dead bodies left, and then it cleans up everything. And then after the music, we start the lobby over again. So, game in progress, no, and then this will normally go to false. It'll reset the game, which is like all the zombie game logic stuff, and then it'll respawn the players. So then what's in here, might as well just show this. So it deletes all the power-ups, deletes all the dead player revivals, removes all possible tags from every player, resets their cache. Yeah, most of this, like this is just literally a bunch of variables that it changes. So none of that would have to do with the player. Oops. Same with these. It'll just reset a bunch of variables. Has nothing to do with the player. Get all actors a class zombie, destroy. And then more variables. If the player array is 1, it'll... Oh, this is just some tags for where the player should spawn, setting their team and stuff. Okay, yeah, and then after that, set round state back to starting, and then it delays a little bit, and then it'll respawn the players, which will just go here, Spawn all players. All players are dead. False, because the game over sequence finished. Game is not in progress because we're restarting, so then it's just a normal thing. Get all players, and then for each, you just get a spawn, transform, and spawn. I'll try messing with that too. I imagine this is just literally these two, but I don't know what the difference would be. But then yeah, after that, it just, like, the players spawn in, they just don't register to, like, and you can't do things, and it's just so weird because up until that point, like, you can be in the first match as long as you don't get a game over. You can, like, die and then respawn the next round, then it's fine. So I mean, yeah, I don't know, but I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's just because I'm, like, messing with the round state. I'm gonna try that next, but if anybody else has any idea what's going on, please, please, we can have COD Zombies again. My mic didn't go off in this clip, so I'm just gonna voice over what's going on. As you can see, died, restart. Now that's really weird with the wrist GUI. Never does it ever set the round to 0. Not in any part of any blueprint. It's not the default variable. Default variable's 1. It never goes lower than 1, and that's really weird. So that makes me question if the player proxy loaded incorrectly. And there it is. I died and respawned, did it again. My friend's invisible over there. That's my old body that just disappeared. Lots of confusing stuff. Because, like, you die and respawn, and then sometimes Pavlov, like, spawns in 2 different, like, players, and then you only possess one of them. That happens, like, a lot, and then, yeah, my friend just died and respawned there, and then he's got 2 bodies, only controlling one of them. Just lots of weird stuff. I'm not too sure what's going on. And then, yeah, I can't interact with things anymore. Like, it registers that, and then it registers the Pavlov interact box I'm grabbing there, and then the leaderboard pops up, but I can't interact with my own leaderboard, which is part of my player proxy. So, but, like, so, like, do I have a player proxy or do I not? Because that's very confusing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm banging my head against a wall for, like, weeks here. Just, like, anything would be helpful.